Hello there, Fight Night Champion fans. PEMBY66 here. Now, this Chico Gomez fighter is me on the right. It's my online world champion fighter. It's just a made-up name. I thought the name with the looks of the guy, and I thought to myself, there's no point just fighting random fighters. It's just see how good you really are to gauge your performance against this guy who is a blunted boxer. If anybody knows Fight Night Champion, you know he's one of the bare knuckles world champions. He's a world champion in bare knuckles anyway. I don't know that much more, I just know he is. And I noticed he had an available session, so I joined his session. And I thought to myself, what better way than to gauge your own progress than to fight the best? So I hope you enjoy it anyway, and you can see he's a lot bigger than me. But I must admit, this fight I thought I was doing better than previous fights of today because I fought spammers today who just kicked my ass. One guy was Floyd Patterson, and all he did was spam the straight rights to the body and to the head. And I've had a lot of trouble with lag, you know, a lot of trouble controlling my fighter. There's no excuse, but I couldn't keep out of the way. But this was a good connection, and I believe this guy's from Canada, and I added him as a friend after the match. And he's a nice guy, you know. He says great fight, man, at the end, you know, which he wasn't cocky, he wasn't conceited in any way, you know, taking a piss just because he was good. He acknowledged that I stood there and I give him a good fight. But like I say, there's nothing better than to gauge your own progress while playing this game online by fighting the best fighters in the world. And this guy, with this fighter anyway, in bare knuckles, he is the best. And you get the chance to fight someone like this, you know, don't be afraid. Just give it a good go and try and learn something from any mistakes you make. This fight is so much bigger than mine. Oh, see what I mean? That just goes to show someone who knows how to use that punch. It's like fucking arms like Inspector Gadget. Go Gadget straight right. Not this motherfucker and his ass. I think I have a moment of glory though in this. I don't think I put him down, so you know, if you're waiting for me to do a Rocky style comeback, forget it. But at least I give him a good go, and you know, he's just all round. His overall was 91, mine's 90 in this fighter, because you know he must have bought boosts for his fighter, and I did as well. You know, I always said I'd never do that. But that was in the early days of this game, you know. They made the money on this game, and the glaring problems that are still with this game, you know, is very much in evidence tonight when I was playing it. See, I get a good counter uppercut there, one of my specialities. Try to finish him off, but he soon recovers from the stun state. You got to listen out for that, because sometimes you can go hell for leather, and then he's recovered, and you don't realise he's recovered, and you're trying to put him down. And it's nice to be part of a little Fight Night Champion community, and you know, there's a group of guys. There's Relapse, there's Doc Dosa, there's Fight Night's Finest, Sakaruba 1982. Sakaruba, another British guy like myself, from opposite ends of England. But it's nice to, you know, to be part of a little community, and we all click on like on each other's fight videos, you know. Not just Fight Night Champion, but I'm not into UFC. I'd rather watch it than play it. I just find the ground part, you know, the ground and pound part of that game is just irritating. I can't be arsed with it, but it's good to watch. You can see he's totally pressuring me, and that straight right is... Alright, he's throwing it quite a lot. But this guy, you can see, is why he's a world champion. I mean, the middleweight, yeah, got a bit cocky there. He's a middleweight. Look at staying there in football.
This is it. You gotta make it a fight now.
He's a middleweight, yet he looks like a light heavyweight. He's about 6'2". My fight is 5'11", 76-inch reach. Mine was a realistic size for a middleweight, but he's oversized, as you can see. But no disrespect, I think if his fight was small, he'd still would have won, because he's the world champion. You don't get to be world champion in this game. And being, even the spammers of this world don't get to be world champions. You know. The amount of times I've loaded the game up and Blunty Boxer is the world champion, blah blah blah. You know, Bare Knuckles world champion is now online. There's another one I keep seeing called French Chico. I tried to fight him the other day, but he backed out of the match. Must have thought, hang on a minute, not enough of a challenge, so I don't know what happened there. But I'm going to fight anybody. Like I said, 2 out of the 3 heavyweight fights I had tonight, I fought against, well, guess who? No, it's around round 3. I'm trying to keep away from him. He's got much longer reach. Maybe this guy wouldn't win all his fights, you know, with a regular licensed fighter. I don't know. I'm not bringing him down in any way. He's a very skillful guy. I knew it'd be tough. But strangely, I found it a much more playable fight, if you know what I mean, against somebody who just plays the game. Someone who just constantly waits for the counter punch, or, you know, straight right in your face or to the body while pressing R2 on the PlayStation, or don't know what it is on the Xbox, you know, for the stronger punch. I mean, I did have a fight earlier on. I was Kobe Nichols at heavyweight against Joe Calzaghe, and it was a guy from Japan. Now, you would have thought the connection between England and Japan is going to be shite, and that exactly was the most frustrating fight ever. I mean, I won it in the end. I mean, I might post that one just to detail the problems with online gameplay and the lag that you experience, and how you don't feel like you're totally in control of your boxer. You know, you're not giving a good account of yourself. But the 10th round, I gave a fucking brilliant account of myself, which I jumped for joy, because it was such a frustrating fight. And this guy, you know, he wasn't a brilliant fighter, but I'm not. It could have gone either way. But anyway, I'm detracting from the online, what you're seeing on the screen at the moment. He's just too powerful, too big. There's another one, me, Oggy LFC, another Fight Night champion player. Not a bad fighter himself. He has been world champion at one point himself. But I've actually beat him a few times. Last 3 times I played him, I beat him. I've got actually a fight against him on my other channel. My PEMBY1 channel. My last video was ported over from there. I downloaded it and re-uploaded it with a bit of commentary. And check that out if you've not seen it already. Me against Ridden Works, and that was another Bare Knuckles fight. You can just see how my style is seriously flawed. But then again, look at the size of the bastard. I've told him I'll put this on YouTube, and he says a lot of people say a lot of shit about him. But he said it's all good, don't worry about it. He just plays the game. He doesn't do the headbutts. He doesn't try and spam this, that, and the other. I mean, he's throwing the straight right a lot, but that's the signature punch that that fighter has created. I presume that's his face that he's used to create. I don't know. I mean, look at this. Look at his face. Look at his face. There's the sorry sight, that, isn't it? He looks totally knackered. But it's always good to fight against people who have, you know, are either been champions or are current world champions. Excuse me. But when I stop all this DVD recording bullshit and get a proper capture card, you know, I should be able to improve my technique, because there'll be no excuses then. And with this game you can really easily compensate for being lag in the controls. But obviously no lag when it's proper HD. I mean, I watched this. Oh, see, he gets me there again. Mix it up too much. I watched Sakaruba 1982's video the other day, and he's gone on about people giving you shit, you know, the haters, and basically I had one recently, but he's recently said he was having a bad day and he was sorry for what he did, so that's the end of it, you know. You don't carry it on. At the end of the day, you look at someone like me and look at my videos, and what it is with me, I just love to watch the gameplay again. I mean, today video games, they're not just a video game, are they? It's like an event. It's like a cutscene. Like a cutscene in a movie, especially with certain games I've got, or games you can get. I mean, the cutscenes in this game, in the champion mode, are superb. You know, well acted, and it's a very good story. And I think the consoles of the future, what they need to do is look at games that they've developed for that particular machine, or whatever machines are out then, and make it so you just press R for record, or press R3 down for record, or L1 or R1 or something, or X, whatever it is on your controller, so you can play your game, record the game, and then save it as a movie file so that you can edit on your computer. I cannot see why they can't do that. You watch Gran Turismo, right, and you watch the replay of a race where you just won the world championship. Now you can watch that replay in several ways, in a cinematic style, or you can watch it exactly as you just viewed it while racing, and it's a perfect copy of what you just witnessed. So if games can do that, basically that's recording your gameplay. Alright, it's a replay of a race, but it's still recording your gameplay within the game. And all this bullshit with this, I mean, I've not bought a capture card because on principle I don't see how they should be worth over hundreds of pounds when the technology behind them is probably not much better than a cheap mobile phone. So basically, as much as I'd love an Elgato right now, you know, I probably still will get one eventually. I keep saying that, probably this time next year I probably still won't have one. But like I say, game developers in future, they want to be able to record the game if you fucking well want to. You've bought the game, you pay for your internet connection. Why the bleeding hell should you have to pay for a device to record your gameplay? You can see he's absolutely caught and absolutely tearing me now. But I'm fighting back. I'm giving it my all. See, 2 uppercuts, a right and a left. He's just got too much power, and look at the size of him. He must have been frustrated the amount of times he missed that straight right, but he does connect eventually. This is round 6.
Let's go.
They've gone 6 rounds with a world champ.
You
Hey!
want this fight? Then let's
I'm
get
glad I don't
moving
look
out
like
there.
him now. Jesus, he's fucked. The thing with bare knuckles, that's what makes it's very realistic. That someone's going to smash you as many times to the face, you're going to be marked up like that, aren't you? Notice he's not that marked up. Yeah, he's got me again. You see that straight right, bang. There's just no defence against it. But forgive me for blabbering on about capture cards and how I feel about it. You know, I've always been fascinated by being able to record a video game. Not every video game. It's like I've got Pro Evolution Soccer, and I've had a good match, but it's not worth recording. Nobody would watch it because it's got me again. Remember what I said about gauging your own progress against the world champion? The thing with these commentaries, I'm making it up as I go along, but I'm just saying what's on my mind about the whole video game recording business, you know, and YouTube and everything like that. I've just been knocked out by the world champion, which is no disgrace, but at the end of the day, I will keep fighting guys like that. But look at the size of the bastard. He's got an advantage straight away. Much longer reach, about 82 reach or something. I don't think there's ever been a middleweight that size. But anyway, no criticism, he's bloody good. That's why he's a world champion. He's called Blunted Boxer. And fair play, mate. Thanks for fighting me. Catch you later.